Hey boys and girls, we're going to start with lesson 13.7. We have been answering questions based on the information in charts and graphs, and today we will make our own graphs and organize the data and answer questions about it. So we're going to measure objects and make line plots. So we're going to start with caterpillar lengths, and we're going to measure these in centimeters. So here are some pictures of caterpillars. When you use the ruler to measure them, you start one end at 0, and then you look to see where it stops, and it stops right here on the number 9. So this caterpillar is 9 centimeters long. Caterpillar 2, we're going to start at the 0, and this caterpillar is 5 centimeters long. Caterpillar 3, if we start at the end with 0 right here on the edge, it stops at the number 6, so this caterpillar is 6 centimeters long. Caterpillar 4 is 7 centimeters long. Caterpillar 5 is 6 centimeters long. Caterpillar 7 is 9 centimeters long because it stops at the number 9 right here. And Caterpillar 8 is 7 centimeters long, so it stops right here at the number 7. Okay, now we're going to use lengths of the caterpillars to complete the line plot. All right, so we're going to go back and look at our lengths. The first caterpillar was 9 centimeters long, so we're going to make an X over the number 9 for our line plot. Caterpillar 2 was 5 centimeters long, so we're going to make an X over the number 5. Caterpillar 3 was 6 centimeters long, and Caterpillar 4 was 7 centimeters long. So we'll go ahead and plot 6 and 7. So 6 centimeters and 7 centimeters. Now we're going to look at Caterpillar 5, which was 6 centimeters, and Caterpillar 6 is 7 centimeters. So we'll do a 6 and a 7 again. So there will be 2 X's over the 6 and the 7. Okay, and then Caterpillar 7 is 9 centimeters, and Caterpillar 8 is 7 centimeters. So we're going to do one over the number 9 and another one over the number 7. Okay? All right, and if we look at our line plot, we can tell that 7 centimeters had the most line plots. So the caterpillars were 7 centimeters long, had the most. The one that had the least were the ones that were 5 centimeters long because it only had one. Okay, now we're going to do our Think and Grow activity, which is on page 650 in your math books. We're going to be looking at crayon lengths. And they're going to be measured in centimeters. Crayon 1 is 8 centimeters. Crayon 2 would be 7 centimeters. Crayon 3 is 5 centimeters. Crayon 4 was measured at 8 centimeters, and crayon 5 was measured at 9 centimeters. So they measured 5 different crayons, and this is the length that they measured each crayon for. So now we're going to put our numbers on the number line, and we have to make sure we have enough, and that the number line is long enough. So our numbers are 5, 7, 8, and 9. So we need to make sure that we can put 5 through 9 on here. So there's 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay? Now, what is the length of the longest crayon? So which one was the longest? 9 centimeters is the longest. Oh, here's the line plots for it. And 9 centimeters is the longest because 9 is bigger than any of these other numbers. How much longer is the longest crayon than the shortest crayon? Well, 9 was the longest crayon and the shortest crayon was 5, and I know that 9 is 4 more than 5 because 5 plus 4 equals 9. So that one was 4 centimeters. Okay, now we're going to start with number 1 on page 650, and we're going to measure pencils. So we're going to complete the table using the measurements of pencils. All right, so this pencil was measured in inches, and this pencil is 6 inches long. Pencil 2 is 8 inches long. Pencil 3 is 7 inches long, and pencil 4 is 8 inches long. Okay, so we're going to go in and fill this in. So pencil 1 is 6, and pencil 2 is 8. So we'll go ahead and put those in. Pencil 1 is 6 inches long. Pencil 2 is 8 inches long. Pencil 3 is 7 inches long, and pencil 4 is 8 inches long. We're going to put a 7 beside pencil 3 and an 8 beside pencil 4. Okay, now we have to put it on our line plot, so we have to make the X's for each one. So the first one was 6, so we're going to make an X for 6. Pencil 2 was 8. Pencil 3 was 7. And pencil 4 was 8. So we'll make another one over the number 8. Okay, the question says, what is the length of the longest pencil? So out of these numbers that has X's over it, which one is the longest? 6, 7, or 8? 8 is our longest one because it's the largest number. So we're going to put the number 8 right there. How much longer is the longest pencil than the shortest pencil? The shortest pencil is the one that we have an X over, which is 6 inches here, and 8 inches was our longest pencil because 6 is the smallest number that has an X over it, so that was the shortest pencil. 6 and 8. I know that 8 is 2 more than 6 because if we add 6, 7, 8, that's 2 in between there, so it is 2 inches longer. Okay, now we're going to do our apply and grow practice. And we're going to be measuring shoes. So we're going to measure this length of each shoe and then complete the table. So this shoe is 7 inches long. Shoe 2 is 8 inches long. Shoe 3 is 5 inches long. And shoe 4 is 7 inches long. Shoe 5 is 8 inches long. Shoe 6 is 7 inches long. And shoe 7 is 10 inches long. And shoe 8 is 6 inches long. Okay, so we have to go back and fill in all of these shoes. There's 8 shoes that we're measuring. So we'll try to do 2 at a time. The first shoe is 7 inches and the second one is 9 inches. So we're going to put a 7 beside shoe 1. Oh goodness. 7 beside shoe 1, and then we're going to put a 9 beside shoe 2. Okay, and then shoe 3 and 4. Shoe 3 is 5 inches long, and shoe 4 is 7 inches long. So we're going to put a 5 and a 7. We'll put a 5 beside shoe 3 and a 7 beside shoe 4. Then we'll go and measure shoe 5 and 6. Shoe 5 was 8 inches long, and shoe 6 was 7 inches long. So we need an 8 and a 7. All right, then we're going to look at shoe 7 and shoe 8. Shoe 7 is 10 inches long, and shoe 8 is 6 inches long. So we need a 10 and a 6. Okay, now we have to make our line plots with each shoe length. So we're going to scroll all the way back down and look and see what we have. So we have shoes 1 through 8, and we'll start with shoe 1 and shoe 2. So we're going to make line plots for 7 and 9. Let's go ahead and do 5 too. So 7, 9, and 5. We need to make line plots for that. We'll start here, 7, 9, and 5. Okay, so let's look at shoe 4. Shoe 4 is 7 inches long, shoe 5 is 8 inches long, and shoe 6 is 7 inches long. So we're going to do 7, 8, and 7. So 7, 8, and 7. Okay, then we're going to do shoe 7 and shoe 8. So shoe 7 is 10 inches long and shoe 8 is 6 inches long. So we need to do 10 and 6. Let me double check to make sure I got that. 10 and 6. Okay. So here's our line plot with our shoe lengths, and our question says, what is the length of the longest shoe? So we're going to look at these numbers on our number line right here, and whichever one has an X over it that is the largest is going to be the length of the longest shoe. So 11 is the largest number, but it does not have any X's over it, so we're going to start with the number 10, and that's going to be our longest shoe that was 10 inches long. Okay, what is the length of the shortest shoe? So we'll look at our numbers and find the smallest number. 4 is our smallest number, but I do not see any X's over the number 4. So there were no shoes that were 4 inches long, but there was one shoe that was 5 inches long. So this one is the shortest shoe, which was 5 inches long. How much shorter is the shortest shoe than the longest shoe? So the shortest was 5 and the longest was 10. And I know that 10 is 5 more than 5 because 5 plus 5 equals 10. So it is 5 inches shorter. You measure 5 more shoes and they are each 6 inches long. How does the line plot change? So we're going to measure 5 more shoes and they're 6 inches long. Let's go back and look at our line plot. 5 more shoes were 6 inches long. So if we were to change this, it would add 5 more X's on our line plot above the number 6. So then that would make 6 X's over the number 6. Let's see how we're going to fill this in. The line plot would now have 6 marks at 6. Okay. Now let's go to our Think and Grow Modeling Real Life. All right, and this is on page 652 in your math books if you want to follow along. A fire station is building a new garage for emergency vehicles. Complete the sentence, explain. So emergency vehicle links, and the vehicles were measured in meters. Some of the vehicles that were measured were 7 meters long. So there were 5 vehicles that were 7 meters long. 4 vehicles were 10 meters long, and 1 vehicle was 15 meters long. So, which one of these would be the largest vehicle or the longest vehicle? 7, 10, or 15 meters. 15 meters would be the longest, so the garage should be more than 15 meters long. Okay? So the garage needs to fit the longest vehicle, which is 15 meters. All right, you want to put some school supplies in a pencil box. So here's our school supply lengths, and they are measured in number of centimeters. So we're going to put some school supplies in a pencil box, but the school supplies were measured, and these are how long each of the school supplies were. 1 was 10 centimeters, 3 were 13 centimeters, 2 were 15 centimeters, 1 was 18 centimeters, and 2 were 20 centimeters. So how long does our pencil box need to be? The pencil box should be more than blank centimeters long. So we're going to look at the numbers and see which one is the largest, and it needs to be more than that. It needs to be more than that number. So 20 is the largest number that was measured. So it needs to be more than 20 centimeters long. The box needs to fit the longest school supply, which is 20 centimeters. So the box needs to be big enough to fit a school supply that was 20 centimeters long. Okay, now you're going to do your practice, and you're going to be measuring some socks and different things, and it shows the ruler right under the picture, and you're going to fill in your line plots and then answer some questions. If you have any questions, then you may message us if you need some help, and you need to do this online, and you can also do it in your math books for extra practice.